Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master St.Germain and the Ascended Masters, and they're going to be tapping into the viewers' questions in real time because time doesn't exist, so they go into the future when everyone's watching the video, and they grab a few questions and answer it from there, so we'll see what they have to say. Welcome to everyone who is new to this channel, and thanks to everyone who joined us for the last live event. I will post the information below on the next live event. It's a medical intuitive one, and if you missed our live events, they're still available for purchase on our website, so I'll put that information in the link below. And if you have topic suggestions that you would like to see for a live event, then put them in the comment section below, and I will be creating more topics for the next live events coming up. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get started. Have a great night. We'll see you at the end. Oh yes, welcome. I'm St. Germain. We are showing our channel. There is questions in the collective about the earthquake in Turkey. Why, and how could this have hurt and destructed so many buildings and collapsed so many buildings and caused so much pain and so much death? Why is God allowing this? Why is this happening to us? We would say this is not happening to you. It is happening for you. All this destruction, before there is a rebirth, one must destruct. It is the birthing process. It is the expansion of consciousness. You are all experiencing that this time. As you are expanding your consciousness, you are experiencing the polarities of the deep depths of darkness in order to expand to that light. You are all consciousness, and you all know what it is to be in the light. And so you are here on planet Earth playing the game of polarities. And what a better way to learn the game of polarities than to go to the deepest depths of the darkness. And then you would know the polarity of that in light. How do you know what you are if you have nothing to compare it to? Remember, the spiritual body's consciousness is always safe. As you are seeing these collapses and destruction on the planet and people dying, remember that their spirits are safe. Their physical body may perish and their spirit may leave the physical realm, but their spiritual body continues. It does not get destroyed. There is many that are going through feelings of deep darkness with this earthquake. They are experiencing grief and sadness and hate and rage. It is coming to the surface. Mother Earth is aware of the great soul's expansion in this process. She has brought much density. It is like a boil erupting on Mother Earth's skin. She is expelling all the dense energy, all the hate and the anger and the rage that you as a collective consciousness have put on this earth. You have chosen to place these frequencies on planet Earth. You have all chosen this to play the game of polarities, and you have experienced the deepest darkness of the polarities. And now it is coming to the surface, these deep darkness. There have been many lifetimes of pain and barbaricness on planet Earth. There has been much hate and anger and rage, and it is boiling to the surface. And as it boils to the surface and erupts, then buildings fall and people die and the energy shifts. You are rebirthing as a planet. You are all rebirthing as a planet. The planet itself is rebirthing. Your consciousness is rebirthing. It is a spiritual awakening that you are all experiencing on this planet. And in order for one to rebuild or rebirth, it first must destruct. This is what is happening on planet Earth. Mother Earth is shaking up the energies, and she is transmuting fears back to love as she does it. And you as a collective consciousness are also transmuting fears back to love as you are watching people die, and you are seeing everyone in pain, and you are feeling hopeless and helpless. You are transmuting these within your soul's consciousness. Everyone that is watching the news or everyone that is in the situation is transmuting at some level. It is a collective consciousness agreement on planet Earth to experience these polarities of frequencies. You are all safe because you are all spirit. You are all consciousness. There is nothing that can happen to you. It is happening for you to expand one's consciousness. It is a game of frequencies, and that is what is being played out on the planet. If you were playing a video game, you would not judge it. This is where we would say to stand from. You watch your video games or your movies, and buildings get destroyed, and people die in these movies or video games, but yet none of you judge it. But in your own video game, the one that you are playing out on planet Earth, there is much judgment. Instead of judging, experience these frequencies of energy, these frequencies of emotions as you are watching the planet shake things up, as you are watching Mother Earth destruct buildings. Where are you feeling these in your chakras? This is what we would say to focus on. Are you feeling pain in your heart from the grief and the loss? Are you feeling a pain in your belly from the powerlessness that you are experiencing because you cannot help people that are being trapped under these buildings? Where are you feeling it in your chakras? This is what we would say to focus on and give that area love. It is seeking love. It is coming to the surface on planet Earth to seek love. You have all created these frequencies of pain on planet Earth, but yet you have buried them within your own spiritual consciousness, within your own physical bodies, your mental bodies, your emotional bodies. You have buried these deep, and it is now time to come to the surface. Mother Earth is erupting, and you are erupting. You are bringing these same frequencies to the surface of your chakras as Mother Earth is bringing it to the surface of her chakras. Experience these emotions without judgment. How do you feel when you watch this destruction? Feel the pain and allow it. Give it love. Ask it to show up in human form so that you can hug it or talk to it. What would it look like if one of these emotions talked to you? What is it that they need? Does powerless need to be hugged or loved? Does anger or hate or rage need to be understood? Can you see it without judgment? Can you observe and allow these feelings to come to the surface and be transmuted by your own consciousness instead of burying them deep and getting angry and saying, I'm blaming something outside of myself? Take responsibility that you as a collective consciousness have created everything on planet Earth to experience the frequencies and transmute them back to love. You are going to the deepest darkness of these emotions, and it is not to be feared. It is to be observed and transmuted. You all have the power to do this within your consciousness, within your soul's spirit, within your blueprint, within your spiritual body's consciousness. The spiritual body's consciousness is made up of fractals of energy, and you are having an experience of being individual on planet Earth so that you can experience all aspects of loneliness and darkness and hate and rage and anger. It is an individual experience. You will all experience these emotions in different frequencies. The one beside you that is experiencing grief would be experiencing it in a slightly different frequency. Yet all of you have the power to transmute these frequencies back to love, and that is what you're doing as they are coming to the surface. But if you are resisting it, if you are not wanting to see it, if you're not wanting to feel it, you push it back down, and it does not transmute with love. It does not transmute with ease. We would say that you will recreate it over and over until you allow it to come up with ease. These emotions are coming to the surface to be loved. Stop ignoring them and stand in the now moment and experience them fully. Allow them to come to the surface and give them the love that they are seeking. This is excellent. We are showing our channel another question. One moment, please. Do you have to be intellectual to have a spiritual awakening? We would say no. Thank you for your question. This is an excellent question. You do not have to be intellectual. In fact, it is more difficult to have your spiritual awakening and expand your consciousness when you are intellectual, as your egoic mind would cause you to always analyze. You are constantly having thoughts and analyzing these thoughts. If one is lower intelligence while on planet Earth, they accept easier and allow more in the now moment. They do not resist because they do not have the thought process to resist. They will stand in the now moment and observe without resistance, and therefore they will expand their consciousness faster. Those with a higher intellect would have somewhat of a difficult time, as they are always analyzing, and they would have to let go of the ego attachment of the identity of being an intellectual. If for those of you who are intellectual, we would say to observe this within yourself. Where is it that I feel important when people see me as smart or intellectual? Do people listen to me when I speak my words of wisdom and I feel proud of this and my ego is getting fed? Observe this. Where are your attachments to needing to be seen as important from the intellect, as important for being smart? This must collapse, as it is part of the ego consciousness. You may still have an intellectual mind without an ego attachment to it. We would say, as you observe and let go of your ego attachment to being smart, who told you that this would make you important? Was it a teacher at school, in elementary school, or was it a parent who said you need to get good grades, and if you get good grades, I will reward you, and the ego got fed from this, and therefore it continued to feel important from this? Did you get a medal or an award in a class because you had the best marks in the school? This is what we are saying. Those who are attached to their intellect must let go of that attachment. Everyone is equal. There is not one more important than another. And in order to have the spiritual awaken and expand your consciousness, you must let go of all identities that you have made upon yourself. An identity of being an artist or a channeler. Let go of these identities and shatter them from the ego consciousness, the ego attachments of being important or being seeing oneself as more than, I am an artist, so I am better than someone. This is what we are saying that one must shatter itself of. Where are you seeing yourself as better as someone else or as more important? This is what must be shattered. Observe yourself and your talents and see where you make yourself more important than another, and then observe it and simply let it go. Let go of that identity of needing to be more important, and then your consciousness will expand. When you are experiencing a soul's expansion, you will lose interest in your talents and gifts. What is happening is that as you are letting go of the ego identity to these talents and gifts, there is energy shifting. Your spirit will bring back what served you from your soul's perspective and from your spirit's expansion. But you will let go of what served you from the ego consciousness. We will give an example. If you are a musician and you are losing your interest in playing music, but your whole life you entertained your family, they made you feel important, and then you were out on stage and everyone in the audience made you feel important. The ego got fed in this manner. What is happening when you are going through a spiritual awakening is the ego is losing its grip and the spirit begins to run the show, and the spirit is saying, I do not want to get up and perform to please everyone in the audience. I want to begin to love myself and play music that makes me happy instead of singing a song or playing a song just to please everyone else. What makes my spirit happy? This is the unraveling of the ego consciousness. As the musician steps off the stage and starts their spiritual awakening, they will lose interest in their music for a temporary period as it is being recalibrated. What does my spirit want to keep as a musician? I enjoyed entertaining. I enjoyed being on stage, so I will keep that aspect. Or a musician may say, I was only on stage to feed my ego, to please everyone else. Where I feel most comfortable is in the recording studio. So I will let go of the stage and I will end up in the recording studio or on YouTube because that feels more comfortable for me. My spirit is happier in that situation. This is what we are saying. It is not going anywhere. Your talents are not leaving. Your talents are expanding to a point where you will feel good about performing them. I will get on stage and feel good now because I am loving me instead of pleasing the audience. I'm on stage and I'm singing what makes me happy and what makes my inner child happy. And then the audience can feel that love. It can feel my soul's expansion, and it can begin to download on how to love themselves from the light that I'm carrying within me, because I'm speaking my truth. When I was on stage before and only playing and singing things to please the audience, then I did not serve my own spirit. I was pleasing everyone's ego in order to seek approval outside of myself. I was seeking their love and needed something outside of myself. As I am beginning to love myself, I'm asking myself, did I just do that to love me, to love my inner child, or did I just do that to please someone's ego? This is where we are saying, if you are having blocks on loving oneself, to begin with this. When you speak to someone, do you speak and then observe how you said and what you said? Did you just say something to a person to love and honor your inner child? Or did you just say something to a person to please or feed their ego? Ask this question and you will begin to see. Your inner child will teach you. The inner child will teach you how to love him or her. They will teach you the ropes. They will teach you how to go in instead of out. This is what we are saying to begin with. When you go to love yourself, is a question in the audience asking, how do I know who I'm loving? How do I love myself? Who am I loving? We would say to look in the mirror and say, ask this question, who am I loving? And see what comes out of that. Ask, who am I loving? Who is the spirit? Who is this inner child? Show me more. Ask this question, show me more. And you will begin to feel the spirit within you move from chakra to chakra. You will begin to feel the inner child's joy as they bring love into your heart, into your heart chakra. You will begin to feel divine love. If you are seeking it within you, ask within you. Ask the inner child to show you more. Ask the inner child. This is you channeling the inner child. Show me more and teach me how to love you. Excellent questions. We would say that you are all magnificent beings of light and love, and we are excited for your journey. Call us in. Okay, so that was our message for today. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.